There we go.
John, how are you?
Matt, who you said it was I got the most practice. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm still using this mic, but yep. I mean, I got it pretty close. It's like a little off from now. It's like a little under 1,000, which I feel like in this market is like very hard. But yeah, my boss is nearby. It's nice to have an office because I was always in the previous job. So I like being able to go in. I feel like I can have a little bit more like work life or like homework separation. Because I can go in, do my stuff, and leave. Right? I think it's such a big need to figure out like there's always stuff. I have like very it's come up with like yeah, I don't like it really. You went by Brandon Streeter?
Right.
Brian, are we recording? It's been a great offseason.
Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Everybody good?
Brandon, you had a chance to give the season to go out there and call plays at the end of the year. Talk about your goals going into this season as far as aspiration and the unity between the conversation, communication of that, coaches and position coaches are going to be different.
Yeah, you know, it was a great opportunity for me to get back calling plays. You know, I did that for 6 years or so in my past, so it was good to get back doing that first and foremost. And then just, you know, getting this new role, a new title, been an awesome opportunity. And obviously it starts with, you know, getting the offensive staff gelling and getting us in the same room and really just getting on the same page. And it's been a great process. It really has. You know, obviously Coach Sweeney has done a great job of putting a staff together. He always has. And so what we did this spring is we went to work. And when you're working with great people, smart, great people, I mean, we're in a great spot right now. We're working together well. We're all on the same page, like I said, and I think the spring was really good for us to get that done. And then along those same lines, just being able to, you know, talk through a lot of things about our offense, what we needed to do different, what we needed to keep, and, you know, obviously in the end it's all about overall execution, and so that's what we're striving to do, and that's what we're working on right now.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, no, so it'll be Kyle Richardson will be helping with that down on the field, and then, you know, obviously I'll be in the box calling the plays. I just feel like I can take some of the emotions out of the game and just be able to really focus and lock in up there. Still being able to phone call, we'll have a phone, or I can get on a headset with the quarterbacks after every series. So really nothing will change as far as that, other than I just won't be there in front of them. So the communication will be really good, and like we did the same thing in the bowl game, and I've talked about that throughout the spring as well. So it should be a smooth process.
Can you describe the steps forward that DJ has taken?
Yeah, he's definitely taken some really, really good steps. You know, obviously he learned a lot of lessons last year. I think a lot of us did. Everybody in the whole program learned a lot of lessons. And I think really where we are as a team, we're going to apply those lessons, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year. And it's going to be fun to watch these guys produce, you know, after learning all these lessons. And he's one of those guys that learned a lot last year. And so he has really committed, number one, to getting his body in better shape. And he has lost anywhere from 30 to 35 pounds. And he is back healthy. He feels great. His knee is totally healthy, and so he's moving around much better, which has given him a lot more confidence each and every day. And so, and then his mind, mentally, he's in a really good spot. He had a great spring, and I'm really proud of where he is, battling through some of the stuff he went through last year, and just overcoming that. And that's part of life, and he's learning those lessons, and he's doing a great job right now.
This time last year, DJ knew he was going to be the guy at quarterback. This year he has some competition, or more competition maybe. How have you seen that kind of change his mentality? Has that given him more of a sense of urgency?
Yeah, I definitely think it has. Anytime you have competition, you're going to have more of a sense of urgency to get better. And it started this spring. I mean, he had a really good spring, and he got better. And that was very obvious to me. And that helps when you got some guys that come in and push you. And so there's been some guys that have come into the program that have been able to do that, which has helped everybody. And so I'm just proud of where he is as far as taking on that challenge, not just learning from the mistakes he had last year, but building on some of the confidence that he had last year from overcoming some stuff, and then also, competing each day. And he, like I said, had a great spring. He's in a great spot right now, so I feel really good where he is. Yeah, I felt great after the spring with Cade. He, as a quarterback, when you come in the spring, your first spring as a mid-year, still supposed to be in high school. That's a hard jump. There's a lot to absorb. There's a lot of new things going on. You're trying to get acclimated to school, all those things. But we threw him in the fire quick. We wanted to get him as many reps as possible, just so that he could gain that experience and really learn from his mistakes. And that's what he did. He did a great job of, once he made a mistake, just learn from it and not making the same mistake again. And so he got better and better each and every day. Very talented player. Going to be a very, very good leader on our team. Already is a good leader on our team. And so the future is bright for him for sure. And he'll just continue to get better. And then I challenged him after spring ball to really reabsorb everything, because in my past I've seen a lot of jump in growth from the spring practice until preseason camp, because now they get a chance to sit back, take a deep breath, and really absorb it, reabsorb it, regurgitate it from the spring, watch more film, go out there this summer and do all the skills and drills practices that they do. So he's progressing along very, very well.
You mentioned everyone in the program learning a lot of valuable lessons last year. What would you say is the most important one you personally?
Yeah, I would say, number one is that we're all in this together. We're all in this together, and there was, everybody just kind of rallied around each other. Nobody pointed fingers, whether it was the players or the coaches, and we just kind of rallied the troops, and we were on a mission each and every week. And that's the beauty of college football too, is every week you get to start over and you have a new test that next Saturday. And so that's what we did. We just put our heads down and did the best we possibly could. And when you're working with great people and high character people that care about each other, usually good things happen. And so we were blessed to come out with that 10-win season and win 6 in a row at the end. And a lot of teams wish they could have been in our shoes.
Coach should have a lot more continuity on the offensive line than you had last year. How much does getting a guy like J Mac back mean for your offensive line?
Oh, that's a big shot in the arm. I'm telling you, with this guy's a unbelievable leader for our team, unbelievable worker. He brings up the guys along with him wherever he goes, and that's why he's such a good leader. He's got the most votes by anybody on our offense as far as, just leadership role stuff and being committed. And so he's not just a talented player that could play multiple positions. He could play anywhere on the offensive line. And so that's a blessing. And he's showing his younger teammates that by learning other positions and by having a knowledge and a big picture knowledge of this offense is so critical. And so he's a huge asset to this program.
Cade
So I think there were people that were trying to
where
kind of
we is kind of his presence, makes his presence. What has he brought to the quarterback for us?
Yeah, I mean, he's brought a great dynamic to the quarterback room. I'm so proud of the whole room. You know, ever since I've been here, I've been fortunate to have a great room. You know, there's been high character guys each and every year, which makes it a lot of fun for me and a lot of fun for the guys. And I in the first meeting that we have every year, you know, we talk about, hey, you're supposed to go try beating him out. And then you're supposed to beat him out. You're supposed to be, we all know everybody's trying to get to that starting job. And so let's do a good job of encouraging each other and coaching each other up and having fun with it. Because when there's negative vibes in the room, it's just going to make your performance drop or dip. And so we don't want that. And so our guys have always done an awesome job. And Cade did the same thing. I mean, he was great on how he has approached the other quarterbacks and how he is in the room. But like you said, he brings a great energy, a great personality, and he's a natural leader, like you said. I mean, he really brightens the room up right away when he walks in. And so we're really excited about having him. I know everybody's great in our room as far as getting along and just, you know, getting in the room together and just kind of hashing it out. It's been a lot of fun.
If you could use a word or a phrase to describe the type of talent that Cade has, Clemson fans are going to get used to, what kind of words, phrases would that be?
Yeah. I would say, you know, he's a poised kid, very athletic, and really just confidence. You know, he's got a confidence about his ability and his ability to take charge of an offense. You know, that's what he does. And he finds a way to get it done. I mean, I think a lot of people compare him to, you know, the skill sets that Deshaun had, and there are definitely some similarities there. So I feel like he's a guy that can make all the throws and yet still get you out of a jam because he's so athletic. And so I'm just excited to watch him this preseason camp and see how he's progressed.
Coach, how has Cade's presence affected DJ?
Well, I think anytime you have another guy that is a very talented player that can create some competition, it just makes you better. And so DJ has definitely accepted Cade in a lot of different ways. They've become close and good friends, and it's just has pushed DJ even more, and it's challenged him, and that's what it should do. That's what competition is all about. And so DJ and Cade get along great, like I said, and it's been fun to watch them so far.
Whether DJ's faced adversity or criticism from the outside like he did last year, how did he handle that? How did you see that going through the season?
Yeah, well, you know, I think I really think he handled it very well as far as, well, he did nothing but take responsibility. He did nothing. He never pointed fingers. He never was, was a distraction at all, and he owned up to everything. And it wasn't all his fault. You know, that's what we got to keep telling him, because that's the truth. You know, but that's the position that he signed up for. So we're ready to accept that, and he's ready to accept that, and he knows that that's part of the job. But I really believe that he just continued to battle. Was it hard for him? Yes, there's no doubt. But I do think that as the year went on, he learned how to handle that, and he got more and more confident as the year went on. And so it was good to see him push through a lot of adversity, and he grew a lot.
He did go through a lot, right? I mean, those two games he started for Lawrence, everybody was thinking, oh, we got another Lawrence, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't quite him.
Yeah. Well, there's a variety of reasons, but one being, hey, he wasn't the starter whenever he took over for Trevor because of those two games. Trevor, I think, had COVID those 2 weeks, and so there wasn't that pressure. He was the backup guy, you know, that came in and could be the hero. So he didn't have that pressure for however long before the season of being known as the starter and now having to follow Trevor Lawrence and all those things. So he had to battle through some of those things. And, I think, like I said, in the end, he just learned a lot of lessons and got better and better.
How much of the competition is question about the guys coming in. What about the leadership skills? Guys like Shipley coming last year, freshman, asserts himself as a team leader. Kate's got that natural leadership ability as well.
Yep.
Does that push DJ to be a better leader?
Absolutely, 100%. And you named him. Will Shipley's been an incredible leader for this team. When he first got here, we knew that was going to happen. I mean, he is very demanding and holds guys accountable, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You want guys that can really, really hold the team accountable, so the coaches aren't always having to do that. And so Shipley's definitely one of those guys, and I could name a bunch of them, but he's definitely the leader of the pack.
Expanding upon like these running backs, how much of a benefit is it to have a stable of horses that you can throw?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, we're as deep at that position since I've been here. I mean, this is as good of a group as I've seen since I've been here for the last 7 or 8 years, and as a whole collective unit. You got Will Shipley, who we saw, what he can do last year, and just the toughness that he brings to the table. He's super smart. He learns it fast. He can absorb it, and he can do everything from catching the ball out of the backfield to running inside the tackles, running outside the tackles. He's just a guy that has a lot of grit, and guys rally around him a lot. And then Kobe Pace and Phil Maffa have proven themselves last year as well to do a lot of good things. And so just for me, being super confident in all three of those guys, we're excited about the future because they're going to help us a ton this year.
Richard was saying terminology-wise, install-wise, some things had to be changed with some, I guess, Clemson family, ex-Clemson family now kind of moving all different places. What was that process like and kind of doing install this spring?
Yeah, as an offensive staff, we just had to do a good job of picking and choosing what we wanted to keep in the offense and what we wanted to change in the offense and what we wanted to tweak in the offense. And there's a lot of those changes that went about throughout the spring, and terminology is one of them. I mean, we needed to change our terminology and be able to start fresh. I think that's good for our players to start fresh after a while. And so, obviously we sold that to our players, and they did a great job of absorbing everything this spring and continue it on throughout the summer. And so it was a really good process, and it went smooth. And I'll tell you, when you really challenge guys to, absorb some stuff, they did a great job of really just taking one day at a time and getting better with it. And so I think by the time we get to preseason camp, it's going to be even more cleaner, and these guys are going to be even more comfortable going out there.
And I know y'all can't be out there during the summer, but just with some of the feedback you've heard on Cade and Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, the guys are saying that everybody's working hard. I mean, number one, they're putting in the extra work, and that's really, really good to hear. Doesn't surprise us because that's who our team was all last year as well. They never stopped working, and so everybody's saying that the summer's going awesome, and they're working hard, and I really believe all those new guys that you mentioned are doing great just for that reason of being able to be here for Cade, being able to be here for the spring, and then going through it again this summer is helping him just having more and more confidence. And Antonio Williams is doing great out there too, and just he's trying to soak it all in as well. So I mean, that's just to name a few, but it seems to be going very, very well right now.
Brandon, is it any different being the guy in charge than part of this? Than part of the staff?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have more responsibilities, and you have more things that you got to think about and prepare. Just coming in every day, just having a plan, not just going in and kind of waiting to hear and see what the plan is. It's, hey, you're in charge of the plan. So yeah, there's definitely more responsibilities, but I love those responsibilities. I love having the opportunity to be organized and having a good plan for the day, and just making sure myself and our guys and our team take one day at a time and just do the best we possibly can one day at a time.
Is there going to be some streeter flair to this offense, perhaps, that we haven't seen before?
Yeah, I mean, I think whether it's the Clemson offense, but yeah, we're putting our minds together, and all of us in that room have done a great job of gelling together and putting a lot of different ideas on the table, and really hashing them out. And that's part of the process of having a new staff and just getting on the same page. And hey, what do we have? What type of players do we have? Who do we need to get the ball to? And then let's make it simple for them and make sure that they go have a good time.
I mean, it seems crazy because a couple of years ago, there was a certain group, a veteran group of offensive coaches in that room, and now all of a sudden you look around, and it's guys you've worked with before, but, it's still guys all in new roles.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot of new roles in that room, and to be honest, that makes it exciting. It really does, and it brings fresh and new ideas and new thoughts, and every single one of those guys in that room, whether it's the full-time staff or the support staff, are unbelievable high character guys that are going to influence our players each and every day in a positive way. And then number two, they're really smart guys. And so when you get that combination, it makes it a lot of fun.
Kind of along those same lines, what does Coach Richardson bring not only to the on the field, but also in game planning as the passing game coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a ton of experience. He's got a lot of experience at the college level and obviously successful at the high school level. So he's kind of gone for full circle and has a ton of experience that he can bring to the table with new ideas, fresh ideas, things that fit the offense that we want to be, and things that he's done in the past that can kind of piece together. And so he's done an awesome job. Just excited about him being a part of this thing.
Body type-wise, Dado kind of drew parallels between Sean and I. They kind of said maybe they were upper 180s. So she did around 200 and started back now.
Yeah. Cade has done a good job. I think he was around 179 when he first got here, and he's somewhere in the mid to upper 180s right now. So he's put on some really good, solid weight. But like you said, it did, from what I understand, when Deshaun got here, I wasn't here for his freshman year, but it was very similar. He was in the 170s as well, and so similar body types for sure.
Would you say, I think you guys' spring footwork that's one of the main things for a quarterback starting out.
That's one of the things we talked about in our exit meeting is, hey, whenever you know where everybody is and where they're going immediately, then you can start cleaning up some of your footwork and you can kind of hone in on that. But that first spring, you're trying to figure it all out, and usually your footwork's a little bit sloppy. So that's something that he went and got detailed on this summer, and he's assured me that he's definitely improved in that area. And I can remember like it was yesterday. It was the same thing with DJ, same thing with Trevor, same thing. I mean, all the guys go through that same process, and so it's just about having that confidence and knowing where everybody is, and then transitioning to that footwork. The little details of the footwork are very important.
Wide receiver cores and tight ends towards the end of the season obviously affected your game plan and how you guys were able to impact your game. What's it going to be like to have those guys back in full force this year? And what are some of the things that you guys might pick up last year as far as maybe maintaining your health or something that you're doing? What's going on?
Yeah, we just had we had some tough luck last year, injury-wise. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, I know our strength staff and our training staff have looked into it many different ways and have tweaked things here and there. But hey, I'm so excited about a healthy team. Starting out this preseason, we're going to have everybody healthy, pretty much except for maybe Adam Randall right now, and so we're really, really excited about those guys being healthy and having a full room ready to go. And that's something we hadn't had in a little while. Even in the spring, we had a lot of guys missing, and so and I think one of the lessons that we learned last year, one of the lessons the players have learned especially is, man, they got to be able to learn multiple positions. It's very important to understand what the other guy's doing at receiver, because you never know what can happen. And it's that next man up mentality for sure, but also what else do you know at other positions? Because it just makes you more valuable whenever you can learn multiple positions. Same thing with the offensive line. The more positions they know, the more valuable they're going to be. And so, but just going into camp, man, full steam ahead, excited about the health of our team.
Two guys last year got injured. First day of practice. What do you think of him now? And also Cole Taylor?
Yeah, just excited about both of those guys. I mean, those are two dynamic football players. You know, Will Taylor obviously finished the baseball season and played the last, 15 games or something, and recovered very quickly, and he's full speed, full go. I mean, he's electric with the ball in his hands. And so, and what an unbelievable kid. He's a perfect example of, man, he came into my room and met with us most of the year last year as a quarterback, and then now he's transitioning more to a receiver and just being an unselfish player and just excited about his knowledge of the game, where he is, and his electric game playing ability. And then who else did you mention? Stellato. Yeah, he had a really good spring, and then he tweaked his hamstring a little bit in the spring. So I think the big thing for him is just to stay healthy, you know, because he had a really good, I think he was there the majority of the time in the spring, but still tweaked it and missed a handful of practices. And so the big thing for him, again, is that consistency, staying healthy. But he's an electric guy, too. He made a bunch of plays out there this spring that he can build off of confidence-wise.
How do you handle a guy like that mentally coming into his first year, he gets injured, he doesn't got to get the reps, he doesn't expect to contribute, how do you keep him involved?
Well, I think that's what our program is really all about is, man, putting our arms around him in every facet of our program, whether it's the coaches, the players, the support staff, the trainers, our Paul Journey program. I mean, that's what we're about, is when guys are going through some adversity in their life, especially at a young age, man, how can we help them? And so everybody just kind of chipped in and is able to pick a kid up, find some extra time to talk to them, make sure you have conversations and communication with them weekly and daily, and just making sure that they're doing okay and that this is part of life. And so I think we do a really good job of that for a lot of different examples.
About last year, all the adversity you guys did face, do you think that becomes an attribute this year?
100%. Yep, we're excited about moving forward and taking those lessons that we learned and applying them to this year.
Having a receiver like Will, who has such great quarterback skills, how much fun does that make it as a play caller for you to try to work some trickery in there throughout the season?
No, it makes it fun. It makes you be more creative, and it gives you confidence that you can trust a guy because he's been in your room for a year and he knows what to expect and he knows what to do. And so when he understands the big picture and he has that skill set on top of that, it makes it special. It makes it more fun for me.
Obviously, Coach.
Oh no, they're battling it out right now. They're doing a great job. You know, Hunter Helms has been really, really good. And just continues to grow, continues to get better. And then Billy came in a year ago, and man, he's a talented kid that continues to get better and better too. So they're definitely battling each and every day, and making each other better.
Obviously, Coach Elliott is a busy man up in Virginia State.
Yeah.
But heading into your first full season at the helm, is there any advice he's given you that you've reached out to him about and talked about?
Really the advice was whenever he was here as a coach, when I was coaching for him. I learned a lot of things from Tony Elliott. Just, his managing style as an offensive coordinator and just his insight on a lot of different areas. He did a great job of that. But I learned that whenever I was here with him. And so we definitely have stayed in touch and have talked, just mostly catching up and small talk. But he's doing great, and I know that his future is very bright.
Coach, how do you want to use Will Taylor?
Man, we're going to use him in different ways. I mean, we're going to go through preseason and kind of see where he fits the mold, but he's going to come out as a slot receiver, and then hey, we could potentially put him back there at quarterback if we need to, as some creativity there. But those would be the two spots.
It gives you something you don't always have, right?
Yeah,
that can do so many.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. Anytime you got a guy that has played quarterback before and has moved to other positions, man, it gives you just more opportunity to be more creative. Heck, he might be a punter, he might be a kicker. You never know. Say that again.
How are you going to maintain this as your role? This is your position that you're in charge of now. So is that changing? What do you expect from that?
Yeah, I mean, just the role as offensive coordinator is an honor and privilege here at Clemson. I mean, it's the place where I came to school, my alma mater, and I've been able to be mentored in a lot of different ways, a lot of different areas. Start with Coach Sweeney and Tony Elliott and Jeff Scott, and just learned a lot of different ways to lead a group. And I've done it in my past before, so I have my philosophy as well. And that philosophy changes sometimes as you go through different changes on staffs. But I'm just excited about being at my alma mater, having an opportunity to lead this group of young men, and having a great staff around me to help support me in a lot of different ways.
All right, thank you. We'll get him off camera.
Thank you, guys and ladies. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. See you in August.
Sir. All right, Vic Easton right here.